All right, good morning, y'all. A little bit sweaty, had to carry some box around. So right now we are doing an asset survey. We had a restaurant that has not opened yet, so it's still, well, everything's still brand new. There's no grease yet, no nasty smells, which is great. One thing I can't say about certain restaurants, not this one, okay? I'm not gonna name the name, but this chain of restaurants are actually very clean. They always have all their stuff. Every night they have their cleanup crews just wipe everything down. But there are certain fast food chains that I've gone to place service tags or do spatial mapping for, that I will absolutely never eat in again. Even supposed high-end restaurants. I had two that I went to in Las Vegas a couple years back, owned by a very wealthy person, very prominent person. Like, I remember this restaurant was known as, like, oh my God, all the superstars go there. And I remember going to the kitchen. First, everything's frozen, While Hell's Kitchen is right across the street. I'm sure Gordon Ramsay would have a word or two to say about charging $100 for a frozen piece of salmon. Anyways, but just going through some restaurants' refrigerators is absolutely disgusting. It smells like, sometimes you open up the condenser unit and it smells like a dead rat. Food that drops in there and just starts festering. And I'll let them know when I get there. I'm like, hey, you know what, you got this and this and this going on. And I tell them, I'm not an inspector, but honestly, if I was, I would probably shut you down. And a lot of times, man, say, oh yeah, we'll get it done, this and that. And then I end up going back and nothing. Just, it's turned me off away from eating out most places. A lot of the fancy, like, sit-in dining, like, this is mostly chain restaurants I'm talking about, except for the one in Vegas. That one was there. I think there's only 3 or 4 in the country. But it is, I'm sure for all those people that work in the food industry, y'all know, I've even heard the same thing. A lot of people say, well, since I've worked at a restaurant, I have stopped going out to eat. And I think to myself, I'm like, doesn't that say something about you, Because you're working here, right? You guys should have the responsibility of maintaining the facility, make sure it's clean, make sure everything is picked up. And if you're telling me, oh, I don't eat anymore because I see it's kind of filth, it's like, well, aren't you kind of the problem? You acknowledge that there's a problem, but nothing is being done to address it. So, hey, it is what it is, but remember to be careful of what you eat, where you eat, because there's some bad things out there. Y'all have a good day.